Hello, Internet Nation. Alexander here. I kind of want to vent a little because I feel kind of sick. Life has sucked tenfold lately, and the fun thing about that is, it was kind of sucking a lot, and then I said that I was gonna be super positive and just try to see the bright side of things and not let things get me down, and then things got extra bad, you know? I hope everyone had a good Christmas because I did not. It was super stressful and terrible. I had 2 dog sittings and then a cat sitting, cat check ins throughout all of that, and then dog sittings throughout, dog walks throughout all of that, and it was super terrible. I had to deal with a puppy who was pretty much either locked in a cage or with me all day, and then she did not let me get anything done. Had to stay at somebody else's house, and they had no water while the dog kept peeing. I'm pretty sure it kept peeing out of spite because it stayed, it didn't pee just fine during the, during the night, and when I, went left for the day and then came back to walk them later, compared to if I went out to go walk a dog or feed a cat, and then you'd be 3 hours in between walks isn't enough. I'm just gonna go pee on the edge of the pee pad on the floor. Have fun cleaning that up with no water. And then, I just felt really dirty. And now that client is mad at me because she booked me till the 26th and she expected me to stay till the 27th. And she's just been yelling. Well, not yelling because it's been via text, but just very rude. And, just pissed off. And it got me sitting here doubting logic, I guess, because she keeps saying, it's very clear that you were supposed to stay until the 27th, because one day she said, what is the latest you can stay on the 27th? But, I'm sleep deprived because I didn't get any sleep the first 2 nights, and I didn't get much sleep the second 2 nights, on top of being severely stressed out that I have to walk a multitude of dogs and feed a bunch of cats and, not have water. Or be home and just be frustrated. It's kind of funny how I was walking the dog and it was just it was the coldest weekend of that it's been thus far of the winter in New York, Christmas weekend. So I'm just sitting there in my big coat walking this slow dog. None of these dogs want to walk, and the fun part about walking is the whole walking part. And then when you walk, you also build up body heat, which makes it easy to get a nice balance of your body is warm, and even if you get sweaty, it's not terrible, but then your body gets sweaty and then you cool down and you're just kind of standing there and the wind is blowing on you, blowing on your sweat. Now your body is at neutral temperature, so now you're just freezing inside your super warm jacket because you're covered in sweat, and you can't really help that because you don't want to go outside and be too cool because you're not going to be moving, so you have to bundle up. But then when you bundle up, you kind of sweat. God, I hate the wintertime. And I'm walking this dog and trying to walk, and I'll let the dog sniff and whatnot, and then sometimes they get to that moment where it's okay, you're done sniffing, you're gonna start walking, and then you turn to walk, but then the dog decides to start sniffing again, so then you just kind of get pulled back. You're just kind of walking and the dog's just constantly pulling back because this is New York City, baby. It's dirty as shit. There's garbage everywhere, and these dogs, they want to eat all of it. So I was just sitting thinking about how if hell is a place that exists and it's personalized for everybody that goes there, that would be my hell. That would be my hell. Just stuck outside in the freezing cold in a big jacket that that protects you, but at the same time you can still feel that wind on the outside of the jacket. You still feel it on your hands and your face, and that's a weird feeling. You ever think about how weird that feels to have your hands and your face be super cold while the rest of you is just kind of chill? But so here I am, I had these things, these face plates that I was gonna do that I brought with me to do, and the first 2 days I couldn't do them during that sitting because, like, literally it got to the point where I had to sit at the table if I didn't want the dog constantly putting her toys in my lap and trying to dig them out and trying to, like, go behind me on the couch and just bother me continuously, and shake me so that I can't draw. And then when I went to the second one, like, literally I had to put the dog in the cage if I wanted to get anything done. But, like, that's not why I'm here, The dog shouldn't be in the cage. We should be having fun, but it's hard to have fun with a monster who has, like, just wants to play continuously. But it's like, I can't play all day. I can't. I'm tired. Like, this isn't even a thing I do on the side. I walked you twice every day this week, and I didn't get a day off this weekend. Here we are with sittings and cat sittings, and I have to go all over the place, and I'm just emotionally drained and physically drained and mentally drained. And I have to deal with this whole situation in which I tried to, bring these face plates because I've been so depressed lately that I haven't felt any creative energy whatsoever. And I just wanted to make some faces for my precious little Denji because they only gave him gremlin faces. And he's not, well, I mean, he is a little gremlin, but he's not a little gremlin 100% of the time, So he needed some cute little soft faces, and I was gonna make him some because compared to, like, most, like, look at little Denji's face. And now look at Malleus's face. One is clearly a lot more detailed than the other. Okay, now stop looking at his face because his eyes are lopsided. Even though you probably didn't even notice that. Shame on me for exposing myself. So I figured I would do some Denji faces because his face is nice and simple, and I could just work on that while I'm out, and then, like, at least, like, do sketches or something just to get the juices flowing so that I can start working on my commissions again because I feel really guilty about not doing my commissions, but I'm just too exhausted to do anything, and it's gotten to, like, I'm so depressed and I haven't done anything creative in so long that I just feel like I can't and that I'm gonna suck. So I brought the faceplates and I never got to use them, and I do not even recall taking them out of my bag when I was at the second sitting, but they're not in my bag now, and they're probably at her house, and she's mad at me because, she says I left early, but, the way I see it, I left on time. I left exactly when I was supposed to. I was asked to stay there for the 24th to the 26th. Why would you say the 24th to the 26th if you want me just to leave on the 27th? Literally, that does not make any sense, and that is not how normal people talk. And that is not how you talk to a literal person. Like, no. And just because you said, oh, what's the latest you can say on the 27th, doesn't mean anything. Like, I'm drained, I'm tired, and, like, my clients do fuck shit all the time, and I don't really feel like doing fuck shit. And, like, when I was the first night, the first sitting, I got maybe, I don't know, not a lot of sleep. I literally laid in the bed, woke up 3 times more than I usually do, and just kind of laid there listening to the video I had playing. I would wake up from how bright it is in the room. I was freezing, and then the dog, it is just in a crate. There's, like, nothing to quiet the sound of her claws scraping against the hard plastic. So then that was pretty loud. It was not a fun time. I do not do well when I'm cold. I literally slept in the fetal position both nights. The second night was a little bit better, but I was still very cold and very anxious and just wanted to go home. And then the second night, the radiator was very loud. Kind of like the banging that happens on my wall, except all night. All night. It's not a fun time. I kind of recall, like, checking the date but I don't even know what I thought. All I know is I go off what's in the calendar, and I even double checked the next day. Like, you didn't ask me to stay till the 27th, you asked me to stay to the 26th, and she refuses to acknowledge her half in the situation. Because, like, if she had asked me to stay till the 27th, then I would have. You know, you don't ask somebody to stay until the 26th if you want them to stay until the 27th. So I'm stressed and anxious. But I'm really over dog walking. Not necessarily the act of dog walking, but what I do now is not classified as dog walking. The dogs that I walk more so want to sniff trash than do anything else. I mean, like, 2 of the dogs that I walk want to actually walk, and we have like nice walks. One of them is a nice brisk walk, and you know what kind of sucks? I really like the nice brisk walks, but it's hard to get into the groove of a nice brisk walk when my warm up for that is basically like standing on the corner for 5 minutes because the dog just wants to sniff everything on the corner for 5 minutes. You know? And then the walk before that is usually not a walk. It's more play. Like, even today, I took Maple to the park and I let her run around with other dogs, and then every time we go back to the house, she grabs the leash and starts running around and trying to like tug backwards, and it's like, I wouldn't mind if she grabbed the leash. I just want to get her home. I don't really give a fuck. But then when she like runs in front of me and then runs behind me and stops and pulls back, I'm just like, girl, can we not? Can we not? I have so much to do today. And it's even worse when it's like the last walk of the day and I just want to get her home and I just want to go home and just check out. And I don't even know what to do about that because, see, it feels like her parents always get like the worst leashes for her. And just the setup is terrible because it's like, if the leash is harnessed right here, how do I prevent this? Literal this. She can just go down and grab it. So how do I, like, another person would tell me, like, just pull up on the leash and it'll stop all things. But it's like, how do I pull up if it's in her mouth, if it's next to her mouth? So usually I'll clip it to the back and she can still reach it. And I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I signed up to be a dog walker, and there's too much fighting for trash, play, and just bullshit. I'm just really tired of the parents, because it's always something. And it's always like, I never get to just have a nice, stable mindset or anything. There's always something I have to deal with, especially like that one lady that everything happened with. She was only texting me during the Maple walks. It's like I texted her about the pipes not working and how we only had one faucet. Didn't hear nothing for hours. And then I texted her about how all of the pipes were off and we have no water now. And then she's like, yes, let me just call you while you're walking Maple. Specifically while she's like running around trying to pick up trash and all this stuff. And I'm just like, for one, somebody already called me earlier and then I picked up. And because my phone, like one of my numbers, if you call them, it'll take you to the Google thing where it's like, so-and-so, you are getting a call from so-and-so. Press 1 to answer. And usually, like, by the time I press 1, the person hangs up. And I'm just like, who the fuck even is this? Why are you calling my number? Which I really fucking hate, especially, like, if you're gonna call me, at least wait for me to, like, answer. You know? Because I'm already discombobulated by my phone ringing, and I'm extra discombobulated by my phone ringing, and it's some random number I don't even fucking know. Like, why are you calling me? Why are you calling me? Text me, for one. For two, hello, can I get an introduction? Can I get a who the fuck is this? I really hate y'all humans, because y'all always want to do that. Hey, how are you? How's it going? Don't fucking call my number. Ever, if you're gonna be one of those people. Like, who are you? Who are you? Don't act like you know me. Especially if you're gonna, like, blindside me with a fucking phone call from a number I don't know. It was not a good Christmas. It was not. It was not. But I'm still trying to see the bright side of things. I might not get those faceplates back. And I don't care about losing a client because I'm about to like run from all my clients anyway. I am applying for the ACC, which, like, I don't remember the last thing I said in a vlog here, but I found a dog running around on the street a few days ago, a week ago or something. I don't know how long it's been. It was a while ago. So I took her home with me because that was the first time I could do something. And then the next day I took her to the ACC. And then one of the supervisors there was like, I like your energy and your style. You should, like, we're looking for people. And I was like, I'm gonna think about it because I have abandonment issues. Maybe that's what it stems from. And I don't like leaving my clients. Maybe it's just like my commitment issues in which I don't want to like give up on things that I feel committed to. On top of like, there are people that rely on me, but at the end of the day, I'm just a person, you know? I'm good at my job, but I'm also not the best fit for the dogs that I currently have because I get very mad at these motherfuckers. I literally, well, I don't want to, well, I blew up at Maple today, but not like, I'm pretty sure everything I did she processed as play because I do not, like, I'm never gonna I'm never gonna hit a dog or anything like that. I might yell. I was definitely yelling, like not yelling at her in a derogatory way, but I definitely yelled in frustration because, you know, don't hold that shit in, you know? So I definitely yelled, and ironically, like, nothing I was doing, I try, like, if she starts biting the leash, I'll try stopping and waiting a moment. But also, I want to go the fuck home. And usually these walks are timed to, like, you know, it takes 10 minutes to walk to the park, and then we spend 10 minutes at the park, and then it takes 10 minutes to walk back from the park, and then boom, that's the whole walk, you know? So it's all, like, timed out. We don't really have time to, like, be doing all this extra shit. So, like, stopping and waiting every 3 seconds because she does it endlessly the entire time. And I just, like, it got to the point where I just started releasing my frustration by karate chopping her, not as like swiftly as I did there, maybe as like, you know, just a, which, you know, again, why I said that she probably interprets it as play because I'm just like chopping her because I wanted to stop, but it's just like, that's just how I'm releasing my frustration about the situation. I don't know what the fuck to do. I know she just wants to play, but also, can we not? I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. I have not had a day off, and like, it wasn't even like a regular thing. No, like, I had to walk an old dog 3 to 4 times a day. I had to walk Maple twice a day. I had to go feed cats twice a day. And that's not even like a simple go feed the cats because then I have to make sure the one cat doesn't eat the other cat's food, but then the other cat doesn't want to eat in the first place, so then I have to trap the one cat in a room and kind of like oversee and make sure that it eats the food. And it's just, I would just like to do nothing, you know? And I'm just so stressed and tired, and I don't want to play. I just want to walk. I just want to go for a nice walk, and none of these dogs offer me nice walks. So I think it's ready. I think don't even. I think I'm ready. I think it's time to switch careers. I don't know. I don't want to like get too excited because for all I know, like, God, my string of bad luck has been so terrible. The phone I'm recording on right now, I don't even know if it's gonna like survive this. It's like the battery doesn't hold the charge anymore. I just dropped it one day and it was like, that's it, I'm done. And the battery just stopped charging. If I have it plugged in, then it's usually good. But it's gotten to the point where even if it's plugged in, it'll die sometimes. So we'll see about that. My friend said he's gonna lend me a phone tomorrow, so you know, gotta stay positive, look on the bright side, all that fun stuff. So hopefully I won't have to struggle because this is my good phone, and my good phone doesn't hold a charge. And my other phone is kind of useless because it loves flashing at me. That looks weird. Man, I need to get new glasses. But hopefully I get this job. It's got really good benefits. If I get it, my mom will be really happy because it's got a 401k and all that future shit and blah blah blah. I'm also gonna have insurance, and that's always fun, you know? Makes me feel like a real adult. Plus, I won't have to be outside all day. I didn't mind being outside all day when I was like moving around and all that fun stuff, and like, but nope, working for, and like, you know, it also helps that like when I was working for WAG, those people would like tip because you know you're walking their dog on a really sucky day. But no, well, my private clients don't usually tip. And that makes me sad. Cause like literally, I'd be walking around with water in my boots, cause it's just so gross out, and I'm just outside standing around. It's so depressing. So I'm not too excited about having to like get a COVID vaccine or being around people all day and having to be in like a 9 to 5, but also it would also be nice to have like I'd probably be making more money and not have to be outside all day. Hopefully they can put me as close to the dogs as possible and I could just do that all day. Like I do not mind just like cleaning up after the dogs and like setting up the dogs and organizing them and helping trying to like you know, calm them down and let them know they're safe and we're gonna do what we can, you know? All that stuff, so I can put all my skills to good use and then maybe I can walk those dogs, you know? Because, like, getting dragged about, I prefer that to, like, trash eaters. Oh, God, I hate trash eaters. I'm so tired of being reminded that people are disgusting and don't know what a trash can is or how to use one. But also, it would be nice to like work with people and not have to like, because hopefully these people know what they're doing at the very least and don't like tell me one thing when they mean another. And hopefully it's not stressful like this job is. It would probably be nice to interact with people more and whatnot and have more steady income, I guess, and guaranteed fucking weekends off and not have to worry about like somebody asking me to do something on the weekend. So I'm probably gonna keep my cat client since they're really close and they're really good to me, and I could always like go before work and then later on at the night, you know. Everyone else, they're probably gonna have to go because they're not gonna fit the schedule. It's like a 10 to 6 type of dealie, and you can't really like literally that's when I would be working more or less, you know. So I'm excited and I hope that they like me. I had to update my resume because I have been dog walking for like 5 years. 5, 6 years now. And I don't think I have a resume with my dog walking experience. I think when I handed in a resume for like when I was working at the doggy daycare, I was like, here's my resume with all of my bartending experience. But at least now I can hand in a resume where it's like, I walk dogs and I do sittings and boardings and I have some experience at a doggy daycare. A few years of it, you know? Which, you know, nothing really makes you feel as old as reading your resume. Because I'm reading it and it's like, I worked here for 5 years, I worked here for 5 years, I worked here for 5 years. And it's like, damn, bitch, how old are you? Oh, yeah, that's right. But, you know, I'm scared about the change, but also that was like a November me thing, you know? Because, like, when I was turning 30, and then I was all like, oh, I'm gonna quit the apps and I'm just gonna go private. Which, you know, that didn't really last long, I guess. But whatever. I'm just tired, and I don't want to be tired. I'm not old enough to be tired, and I feel like slow walking is gonna give me arthritis. Like, that shit literally hurts my legs when I have to walk so slow I don't even like fully extend my leg. That shit makes my knees hurt, and that's how I have to walk with these slow trash eaters. And I don't want to do that anymore. You know, I'm all about that fast moving because I used to have endless bouts of energy, just endless energy. You know, I didn't get tired when I was working with WAG. You know, I would literally judge when I was going to stop working by like when my legs started to hurt. And that was after like 10 half-hour walks or some shit. And then even then, I was fine like the next day because it was all within my control, and I was like walking dogs that actually walked, and I was doing what was comfortable with my body. And now it's like, this job makes me think about how I could be making much more doing porn, you know? It's like, I could be making bank getting covered in pee like this. You know, the amount of times I have to shove my fingers in somebody's mouth and fish around in there. There's a subgroup of people who are like into that. I could be making bank for that. Just the one thing. The amount of times I've gotten feces on my hands, not a lot, but those few times would be enough to pay rent for like 3 months. You can get a lot to get shit on. I don't make enough to get shit on this much. Like, I thought I was gonna be fine. Like, I was like, oh, okay, my alternatives for handling the pee situation, because, like, you know, I walk that dog normally, and I noticed the pattern of like, oh, he's getting older. He keeps getting like infections. He always like pees extra, and there's always like a mess, and he can't have too much water. He's gonna do X, Y, and Z. So I'm probably gonna have to walk him more, be like on top of the pee shit. So I'm like, all right, germaphobe that I am, I can put a diaper on him that he will remove himself if it gets too full, you know? Or I could put pee pads down, and I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna go with the pee pads, because if I like put a diaper on him, I'm gonna have to clean his penis so he doesn't get an infection, and like, I don't really want to be touching that, and especially if we don't have any water, I don't want to be touching his penis and like wiping all the pee from the area, handling a pee diaper, all this bullshit. Plus, I don't really even know where to put the diapers because she doesn't really have a normal trash can. So, like, you know, I figured the pee pads would be better, but then he's peeing on the pads in such a manner that the floor is just getting wet. So then you pick up the pad and the bottom of the pad is wet, and now there's just pee all over your hands. And I had to like the first night, there was a kettle with a little bit of water in it, and like at first I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna give you some of this water, and then you're gonna have a little bit of water until your mom, texts us back about what we're gonna do about this lack of water, because like I'm broke as shit. I ain't got no money. Like, I ain't got no money to feed myself, let alone get you water. The fuck? And I especially didn't sign up for that. So, and I had to, like, take the water from there and just wash my hands with, wash the water over my hands and then just sit there and do nothing but feel dirty for, like, the next 2 days. The next 2 days. Fun. Super fun. Super fun. Fun. Pretty sure he was peeing on the floor out of spite, just because I kept leaving. Because, like, I could tell something was up. He seemed a little off, because he's not really one to, like, if I give him affection, he'll usually accept it. But he's never been one to, like, lean into me and come to me and like, ask for affection. So I figured he was missing his mom, because, like, she asked me to watch him from, like, Tuesday. And I was like, lady, you're crazy. Last time I watched your dog for a long period of time, he barked all night, every night, only after I decided to go to bed. For no reason. For no reason. I remember the last night, I just like, I'm going to get ahead of it. I'm going to do all I need to do. I made sure he had water, made sure he had fucking food in his bowl, walked him at like 4 in the morning, because I tried to go to sleep early, and I woke up around 4, and I was like, he hasn't started barking yet, let me just make sure that he has everything he needs, and he's still barked. I can't handle a week of no sleep, so no, I'm not gonna do the whole thing. Not a fun time, not a fun time. But I look forward to working at the ACC. It's close enough for me to bike there. I mean, I could just take the C train, but then it's like a 10-minute walk, which I guess I could skate there. But it's also a 20-minute bike ride. You know, it's close to where I used to live the first time I moved to Brooklyn when I was living with a friend. But, I mean, there's only one ACC in Brooklyn. I kind of really hope I get this. Like, I would talk to my mom about it because, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make decisions for myself. You know, like, I know how to, like, impulse, you know, do little things that make me happy. Like, do I want to buy snacks? What I want to eat today? You know, little stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just so beaten down now. I used to really like this job, and then it turned into something that brings me a great pain, literal and physical. Makes me very sad, and I hate going to work. And now it's just like causing me a lot of anxiety, you know? Because like I don't really know, like between the days I have to do things and the days I don't have to do things, and having to remind people to do things, and then people forgetting to do things and then not remembering until I remind them. It's just stressful, and I don't want to sign up for that. If you don't have to like remind me to show up or remind me to make sure I have my keys, why do I have to remind you to pay me when you ask me to come here? You know? And not all my clients are bad, but they all have like the shortcomings. And I would just like something more stable, because I would like to be more stable. All this stuff makes me angry. I was talking about what I do with Maple. Like I literally put her leash on a fence and pretended I was gonna leave her. I was just so frustrated. Like I literally just stopped, just karate chopped the fuck out of her, and you know it's a cute aggression thing because I don't like chop her hard enough for her to like register it is a hit, because it's not like a hit. It is technically a plaything. I just do it to release frustration, and then usually I just like stop, because like today I did it for a long time, not like a long time, maybe like a minute. I usually give her a few chops, and today I was really upset. And you know, I mean, that calmed her down, and it calmed me down because she's just so cute. It's hard to stay mad at these cute motherfuckers, you know? But then, you know, she went back to biting on the leash, which I wasn't surprised because she probably thought I was playing with her when I was just releasing frustration. So I put her leash on the fence, and I was like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna leave you here. That's it. I'm done. I quit. I'm going home. I'm leaving. I'm pretty sure there was two guys, because there was like a guy on the steps and a guy standing on the other side of the sidewalk the second time I did that. And they were probably just watching the whole ordeal as we were coming down the thing. But like, we were literally standing between them, and I put her on the fence. I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm done with your shit. And for some reason, that was what made her stop. I don't think she pulled on the leash. After that, I think she picked up a big stick, but that could have been earlier. Literally, I walk her so much that all of these walks are just like conglomerating into one. Makes me feel disassociated sometimes, especially when I walk to her house and I'm just like, am I supposed to be here? It's Monday to Wednesday, right? I'm not too early, not too late, right? Is this a dream? It's fucking me up. I would like a new job, you know? That would be nice. That'd be nice. It would probably be helpful for me saving money to move into my mom's apartment, and I could see what my transfer options would be if there is a place in the Bronx, because I wouldn't want to travel from the Bronx to Brooklyn. That sounds like a special kind of hell. I'm pretty sure on a normal day that's like a 2-hour trip, let alone like when everything is hellish and all that shit. But you know, who even knows what's gonna happen between now and then. I could get my own place in Brooklyn that doesn't have roommates that fuck up the recycling, and just like rent out my mom's place when she moves out. I could be an entrepreneur and shit. I don't know, but it's hard to find people to trust that are gonna pay their rent. I would like to wash my hair, but my hair stays wet for too long. That's a bummer. But tomorrow is Friday, and Friday is bath day. So I'm gonna take a bath and wash my hair. I feel a little bit better. Still anxious about the future. I think that's just like my inner child not liking disappointing people and then feeling guilty about the whole situation. Because it's like, I know a lot of my actions led to fucked up shit, but like, it's not like I intentionally meant to leave the water on type shit, but like, I thought she was coming back on the 26th because, she booked me till the 26th. And then, she was like, if you see Tony, the landlord, talk to him about the situation. So I talked to him about the situation, the lack of water in the house I was asked to stay in over Christmas. And he was like, run the cold water. So that's what I did. And it's not even like I could have turned the cold water off because, for one, I barely even know which faucet is cold water in that place because everything is so wonky. It's not like how everything is in everybody else's house. Plus, like, the faucets are really loose, so it's not like just in the regular position to return them to. But, that's more so on her for saying that she needed her dog sat from the 24th to the 26th and not the 24th to the 27th. Like, I'll acknowledge that it sucks, but I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like it's my fault and I just intentionally left when you said you needed me from one point to another. How did I start get back on that? I don't know. I'm really upset about that. I was saying I was nervous and I just want my face plates. It sucks that I was gonna do this little project to like get myself going so that I can like feel creative and confident again. And the universe was like, nah, fuck you. But I'm still holding out hope that they're just gonna like show up here one day. Because I don't even know what happened. For all I know, I could have brought them home to work on and then forgot them here because I wasn't gonna be able to like work on them there because I felt too dirty to work on them while I was dog sitting at the second place. Because, like, when you touch the face plates, you eventually got to seal them. So I don't want to have, like, pee hands and then be touching up on these face plates and then I'm sealing pee into the face plate. I'm too much of a germaphobe for that. And my poor little Denji doesn't deserve that kind of treatment. Which is why I'm extra confused as to where they can be because I didn't take them out. And I would have noticed the container when I was leaving. But I do feel guilty about what happened. And, like, as soon as she told me, like, I got a text on the 27th, like, oh, like, let me know when you're leaving, yada yada, and I don't need the walk-it thing, which is, like, another thing. If she was, like, attentive, she would have noticed that, like, on the 26th, I sent her a text, a walk update, around 6, which is when she asked me to walk her dog on the 27th. Because, like, the 26th is the last day. I just figured the last day she needed me to walk him in the afternoon. So, if she had noticed, she would have peeped that. But, I'm the only one that pays attention to things. And I'm expected to be sharp at all times, even when sleep deprived, food deprived, and in a high stress situation. Because I'm a god, and I'm better than everyone, so I'm held to a higher degree. So, it's whatever, I guess. I don't understand why humans are like that, where they just expect you to be better than them just because, and they, like, I'm honored that she thinks I've mastered the art of mind reading, but not really there yet. I have too many mental blocks up for mind reading specifically. Telling the future is what I'm better at. Sadly, I didn't see this one coming. But, I don't know, I was also kind of expecting bad things to keep happening because bad things have just been happening a lot lately. And they don't seem to be stopping, but as long as the good stuff keeps happening, there's always going to be something to be grateful for, you know? Like, Malleus's new body showed up, and it's almost a perfect match for his natural skin color. Yeah, sure, that means that all the faceplates, except for the one that's currently on him right now, are the wrong color. Not really sure how we got there when I was making the faces, but they are pretty close to the body he was on before, so I guess it's just that. It's just that, you know? So now I'm gonna have to redo those. Which maybe I can practice with those. I don't know. I'm also hoping to get a little money on the side so I can buy new faces for Denji. I don't think I'm gonna be able to buy the faces that I had before. It's like 9 faces that I lost. One was for Malleus, one was for Lilia, and I'm just glad that I usually have this face in there. It's a little bubblegum blowing face with a hole in the mouth. If I lost the fucking Rebecca face, I would be so upset. I'd be so upset because it's so hard to color match, and technically that face isn't even the right color. So that's the bright side. Maybe I will come into a little bit of money, and then I can buy more faceplates for Denji. Maybe I can get faceplates that are more fitting, Maybe by the time I come into money, or maybe by the time that Good Smile gives me my refund, because they decided that they were going to be good with pre-orders for the first time and then bump all the custom faceplates. Those motherfuckers, they're just going to release those not in January, but December, and not tell nobody that they got bumped up. And then they just charged me for 2 of them, and I just canceled all of them because it's kind of ridiculous. I thought I would be able to pay them off between when I pre-ordered them and now to make it seem not so bad. And then it hit, and then I just kind of looked at the orders, and it's $64 for 6 of the faceplates that have the eye holes. And I think those are cheaper than the ones that don't have the eye holes. But the ones that have the eye holes, they have $20 shipping. So they're $80 for 6 faceplates. And mind you, Good Smile America believes in capitalistic, I'm not gonna say rape, even though technically I just did. They believe in capitalistic robbery. So they say, look, we understand that you have all these items together in your cart right now and you're going to check out, and they are indeed going to arrive at our warehouse on the same day. And we are indeed going to charge you and ship them all on the same day. However, we are physically incapable of putting them in the same box. We're so sorry. I know we can do it if you were to, I don't know, say order all of these products together after they were released and then just pay full shipping, or you could pre-order them and pay half shipping, but also shipping individual shipping. And, so I got 3 colors: cinnamon, almond milk, and cream. In the faceplates with the eyes and the faceplates without the eyes. And so that's 6 orders, 3 of which cost $80-something, 3 of which that cost $100-something, because why not have super expensive shipping that you have to pay individual orders? So I just canceled all of those because they just took money out of my account, and they were gonna keep going. They just ran out of money. Which is ironic, you know, that's part of the bad luck. Because I'm like, ah, yes, I have this money that I got paid for walking this dog this week. I could either put it towards my Ami Ami pre order, and mind you, for the first time ever, Ami Ami sent me an email saying, hey, we're going to send you an invoice soon, so be prepared to pay. They've literally never sent me that email, and I just find it hilarious that after Good Smile has robbed me and taken the money that I was holding specifically for Ami Ami. Ami Ami wants to let me know that they're coming to collect soon. Yes, they know that I'm not prepared, but they're coming to collect soon. So, you know, I just canceled all of those, and now I gotta wait possibly 7 days from once they robbed me. It's probably gonna be longer because of the holidays. So how am I exactly gonna pay for this pre-order? I'm probably just gonna use the money I get paid for Maple. I don't even know. They just took the money for no reason. For no reason. I had to cancel all the orders because you know what? I already got 6 of the face plates from Ami Ami. You know, the smart people who ship them all together and charge a little bit less too. So I should be good. You know, I should be fine. I'm too mentally exhausted to do commissions right now, and I just want to finish the commissions that I have, get them out the door, revamp my Etsy shop, and then start, you know, making more things. I don't know when I'm going to have the energy for that, especially since I spent all of this evening anxious as fuck. Like, I don't know, I'm not really fine when I'm outside, and I'm not really fine when I'm inside, because when I'm outside, I'm just stressed from these badass dogs, and their badass habits. And then if it's not their bad, it's just we're walking so slow, and now we're stopping, and that makes me sad because I feel like I can't think when I'm moving too slow or I'm not moving at all. You know, like if I'm on a nice walk, I could have a nice string of thoughts, but then as soon as I like get pulled backwards, it just yanks me out of my thoughts, and then my brain gets all jumbled, and it makes me frustrated because it happens so frequently with these dogs. So wish me luck. I'm eating a piece of skin that I was saving for after the video. I impulsively put it in my mouth for comfort. I used to be a compulsive nail biter, hand nail biter, and I wanted to stop that because I hated having little like nubby little fingies to the point where it's like I would just bite my nail to the point where it's like half the time it would just, you know, go too far to where you would like bleed and your fingers would just hurt for days and it looked gross. So I started like painting them so that I would eat them less, and then I started biting my toenails, and I want to stop biting my toenails because I feel like it's making my toenails all funny. But that could also be because I walk a lot and don't get pedicures like I want. Who knows? But I want to stop. But, you know, biting my nails makes me feel comforted. In a way. I also like to do this thing where like I'll put my teeth under my nail. Kind of simulate biting it, but without biting it. Unless, like, God forbid, there's like a chip in the nail and then I can possibly just like chip it off. Thinking about that feeling was satisfying. But anyway, I'm gonna go because my throat hurts. I've been drinking too much soda and it's making me extra phlegmy. I need to drink more Wawa. I'm gonna go. Send me some creative energy. Send me some loving energy and some energy because I feel like a zombie and I'm probably gonna sleep for most of Saturday. Yeah. See you later, Internet Nation. Until next time, know that you are loved by this guy. Just this guy, though. Deuces.